Hey guys, welcome back. As promised, today we're gonna review the process of the traditional way that you're currently buying material and getting it to your site to the way that Mega is doing it now, which could greatly benefit your project. So we're all aware of the process of purchasing, receiving, and all the headaches that come along with it. The traditional way, in a short way, is architect specs. You get the plans, you give it to 5 or 6 different general contractors. Those general contractors give it to their respective subcontractors. Those subcontractors will go to their wholesalers or retailers. Those wholesalers or retailers will go to their manufacturer's rep. Manufacturer rep will go to the manufacturer. And that's only to place an order or bid on the project. Now, let's spin it the other way to actually get it to your site, right? It has to go through all those steps. Everybody has to talk to each other. Everyone has to be on the same page. Everyone has to be working, not off, not having any issues or anything like that. And all these people need to correspond to get it on a third-party truck. So let's do a quick review. You have your architect that specs your product, gives it to you, the developer. You give it to multiple general contractors while you're bidding the project. Those general contractors will give it to their subs, and obviously, you know, plumbing sub, electrical sub. Those subs will now need to go to see if that product is available and to get pricing to their retailers or their wholesalers. This is also, obviously, you understand, looking at it this way, part of the reason why it takes not hours, but weeks to get pricing. Now, those wholesalers will go to manufacturers' reps. Manufacturers' reps will go finally to the source. The actual manufacturer. So the manufacturer will evaluate the project, see the quantities, see the demand of the market, see everything about the project, and now the fun begins. So the manufacturer will now price to the manufacturer rep. Obviously, the manufacturer rep works on commissions. So the manufacturer gives a price of $1 to the manufacturer rep. Manufacturer rep marks it up, becomes $2. Then from the manufacturer rep, it'll go to the wholesaler. It'll become $3. Depending if the sub went Depending if the sub went to a wholesaler or a retailer, there might be another markup here. So if he went to a wholesaler, that means that the sub gets a price of $3 from the wholesaler. If he went to a retailer, that means that the retailer is buying from the wholesaler, and the price could easily be $4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 4 chains right now. A dollar product automatically became $4. Nothing has happened yet. This is purely just quoting process. Let's continue. I wish it stopped there. Now, the sub gets a quote. The material for him costs $4. Now he needs to give it to the GC to hopefully win the job. Obviously, since the traditional subs don't like to break out the cost of material and labor, they push it all in, and the standard in the market is he will make that product, whatever it was, that was originally $1, he will also mark it up and say $8 for that product and gives it to the GC. So now the GC holds a price from that sub of $8. And this happens for every nut, bolt, screw, faucet, vinyl flooring, tile, absolutely every single thing. So imagine if you're building a 250 unit apartment building, how many different materials you need, how many different SKUs you need, what kind of markup are we already talking about? From a product that is $1 to a product that is $8. But unfortunately, that's still not the end. The GC has a huge amount of subs. So what he needs to do is make sure that none of those subs, God forbid, make a mistake. Obviously, we're all human. He needs to cover the overhead just to have some kind of a cushion. So he'll mark it up yet again. So it will come to you, the end user, at $9 to $10. That is a huge jump. That is a huge markup. By the time it gets to you, is marked up from $1, and again, this is an example, to $9 or $10. So you have spent, 2 to 3 months bidding this job, okay? Only to get all the numbers back and realize before you even put a shovel into the ground that you're $500,000 or $1 million or $3 million over your budget. And you haven't even done anything to start on this project, but you have paid the architect, you have acquired the properties, you have done all your finances, you have done everything. What are you to do? You're most likely going to go back to either the architect and ask them to find you alternatives, or you're going to ask the general contractor to provide alternatives, somewhat of the same aesthetic but at a cheaper price point. Okay, and the whole process will start all over again, and we're right back to the 2-3 months, and we're right back to the same scenario. $1, and somebody will find a product for 50 cents, okay? And by the time it gets to you, it won't be $9 and $10, it'll be $6 or $7, which, if it's in your budget, great, but ultimately, you're already settling. You're not getting what you wanted aesthetically, you're not getting what it is. So, that's the best case scenario, that you find something that works for you. Again, settling is not something that I believe clients should do. If they have a vision, if they have a design, they should be able to achieve that goal within their budget. So you bought the material. Thanks. Great. Wonderful. You bought it. Either you settled for something that's similar, or you had to buy something that's completely different than what you imagined, but that's all you can get. Now, you agree, you hire the general contractor, you confirm it, there's all the budgets, everything's done. So, general contractor cuts a purchase order or a contract with the sub. Okay? Sub cuts a PO to his retailer, or a retailer and a wholesaler. Wholesaler cuts a PO to manufacturer rep. Manufacturer rep sends it to the manufacturer. That's just to place an order for the material, okay? Just to place an order for the material. This is all the steps. Wonderful. Now, the GC sees that, judging by the schedule, we're supposed to receive that material. Let's take a faucet, for example, right? So, the sub has to call his retailer. The retailer has to call his wholesaler. The wholesaler has to call the manufacturer rep. The manufacturer rep has to call the manufacturer to say that my client, you, the most important person in the chain, is ready to receive the material, okay? So, best case scenario, let's say the material is there, okay? Manufacturer will ship. I hope you like my little truck. The material, most likely, standard, he will ship it to the wholesaler. Wholesaler will ship it to the retailer. Then the retailer is in charge of getting it to the sub or job site. If you have, let's say, a 28 unit building or a 30 unit building, I'm sure you're all aware of such thing as full freight allowed. Manufacturers allow you have to reach a certain dollar amount to get free shipping. All right. If you get a 28 unit building and you have, let's say, 60 faucets on a pallet, and most likely that will not be reached. So that means that manufacturer will be charged, if they don't have their own trucks, by the trucking company shipping fees, okay, to get to the wholesaler. Wholesaler obviously has to pay for that shipping. Retailer, same thing. No one's out to lose money. We'll pay for that shipping. Sub didn't put the shipping. He didn't know what portions it might be released on. Jobs change, schedules change. He's gonna charge for that shipping. And guess who that goes back to? Because the sub will go to the GC, and the GC will charge more money you spent, okay? So this is the traditional concept of how it works. This is as if everything is perfect. Everybody's communicating correctly. Everybody is in their best mood. Everybody is actually working. No one is on vacation. No one is having a bad day. This is perfection in today's standard, okay? The odds of this happening smoothly, 0. I'm sure you're all aware of delays, problems, miscommunications, not understanding, upcharges, left and right, and all you want to do is just get the material that you want for your project that they bid on or the manufacturer promised you, but there's always some kind of an issue. There's always some kind of a delay. The trucking, the process is longer. The trucking costs more. The account is no longer open, or the wholesaler doesn't have the inventory. It's a nightmare. And again, I want to repeat myself. This happens for every single thing. Studs. Every single thing that it requires for you to build that project. Talk about a nightmare, an absolute nightmare of playing phone tag, calling 75 people to find out where everything is, how everything is, and making sure that everybody's on top of their game. It's a nightmare, and you have to control this. And some people will answer, well, this is why I hire a general contract. It's in his contract. We have a million general contractor clients. I respect them deeply in everything. However, the general contractors also hire subs, and the subs go, as you know, to every single thing. The best general contractor, the best sub, will not be able to control what this wholesaler is thinking and what is on his mind and where his account standings are with that manufacturer, with that retailer, with the manufacturer rep, with the manufacturer. Because once the POs are cut, you're kind of like in the wind. You're at their whim to basically say, you know, yes, we have the PO, sorry, but there's delays, or we don't have the material. But what do? You're committed. You know, you're committed to your client. What do you do as a general contractor? It is a nightmare. It is a nightmare that has been grandfathered since the beginning of time. And the solution, and obviously in our previous video we discussed of why Mega, how we make it different, is actually very, very simple. And you may think, why doesn't everybody do it? And in a way, that's a good question, because for everyone to be able to utilize this type of template will take years and years and years of research and years of negotiations, and perhaps even losing clientele, because the traditional structure as it is, the wholesalers or the retailers never communicate or never talk to the end user, who is you, the developer. Why was this done put in place is because back in the day, the manufacturers only had one way, or two ways actually, to go to market. One way, distributors, okay, and the distributors will work with wholesalers. Wholesalers will work with subs, GCs, and then it would get to you. The other way would be Home Depot, but you don't want to pay Home Depot prices, right? You don't want to use the material there. You want something unique, you want something nice. And this is basically why this has been in place for that long. So here's the solution. And a lot of you may laugh, and I'm 100% sure that we're going to get a lot of comments, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing this. Manufacturer, Mega, developer. Now, to our dear general contractor clients, developer, GC. That whole nonsense that I literally just drew on this board is gone. We will connect the end user to the manufacturer. Plain and simple. We will control and handle all the logistics, all the nonsense, and we work purely on volume. So you're not gonna have $1 jump to 10. Obviously, we're also in the business to make money. Our markup never exceeds 10 to 15%. And that always includes shipping. It always includes shipping. We do not charge you for shipping. So, in that markup is the shipping. In that markup is our whole process, our whole studies, absolutely everything. So that means when the end user, you the developer, or you the general contractor, or you the sub, want to know where your product is, you don't have to call the retailer, then the retailer calls the wholesaler calls the manufacturer rep, the manufacturer reps reaches, imagine a company like Delta, a business center with 3,000 cubicles, and some snot-nosed kid is gonna know where your faucet is that's supposed to ship in Philadelphia last week and it's late. What is he gonna do? He's gonna look at the tracking number. The tracking number most likely will say shipped, estimated arrival, so-and-so. Is he actually gonna get up, call someone, find out where it is, track the package, do anything? No, he's gonna give you a fast answer, which is basically a runaround, and then you're gonna wait and wait and wait and wait. It will be, it's a nightmare of how it goes. With us, everything is easy. You will have a manageable spreadsheet, which I said in the other videos. You will see how everything is tracked. You will see how everything it is. So when you actually want to find out where your material is, what time it's getting there, all you have to do is give us a call. And you're not going to be on the phone with some 1-800 number on hold. We are connected directly to cell phones. You will get a live person, a person that's actually handling your account, that's tracking your schedule and knows ahead of time when this material is. It's the personal connection. No 3-stepping it, 20-stepping it, 6-stepping it, nothing. I told you guys before that when we have a schedule and we know what is needed on site, Mega makes the difference. The difference that we make, and again I will repeat myself, is we will not wait to ship it from the manufacturer when you need it. If we know you need it in 2 weeks or a month from now, and I know there's a shortage of that material, I will bring it into our facility. I will store it for you guys and bring it when you need it in the portions that you need it. One point of contact, one account manager, one set of terms, no a million phone calls, none of that nonsense. Let's get rid of this dinosaur system. Let's get with the program. Talk to our clients, look at our experiences, look at our portfolio, and realize the system has been broken. Mega is the solution. We have been the solution, and you will see slowly but surely the whole system that I just described of a million links will start breaking. It's already breaking. Look at the effects that that system now has because of the coronavirus. Look at what's going on with appliances, with manufacturers. Nobody has an inventory. The construction came back to life. We were allowed to go back to work finally. However, it became in such a wave that everybody was flushed out. All the inventory is gone. The manufacturers were scared to pull in more containers while it was going on. So the people that had inventory are useful to you. But the people that didn't have inventory, and if you're now waiting for your material to get to you because no one thought of, oh, we're gonna need this material in a month, maybe we should just bring it into our facility and have it ready for our dear clients. No, they didn't think of that. They wanted to go through that whole concept because that's the way that they do it. They don't know any other way of doing it. So now you're sitting there, you're paying finances, you're paying staff, you're paying all these different, and you don't have your material. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. Call us, email us, like I said before, send smoke signals. Drive in the city. You will see, I guarantee you, majority of jobs around you, even if you didn't know, there are jobs. Talk to our clientele, like I said. Call us. We will be more than happy to work with you. Explain this process to you. Do the study for you. Review everything. See what your difficulties are. And I can't repeat myself enough. actually listen and solve your issue. See you guys soon.